Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into a really tough case out of Bengaluru, looking closely at the sources you sent us about a high-profile murder investigation.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. We're trying to piece together the facts around the tragic death of Dr. Kritika Reddy, a 28-year-old dermatologist.
And the allegation is that her husband, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, who's a gastrosurgeon, was responsible.
What makes this case particularly striking, based on these sources, is the alleged method. It involves two medical professionals, and the claim is that a specific anesthetic overdose was used.
It's a profound alleged betrayal, isn't it, using medical knowledge in this way?
Precisely.
Right.
The core allegation here is that specialized knowledge meant to heal was potentially weaponized. The substance mentioned is propofol.
Administered how?
Reportedly via an IV injection. And propofol, well, it's a very powerful, fast-acting sedative.
So not something easily accessible to just anyone.
Absolutely not. That detail is critical for investigators. It narrows things down significantly. They need to look at means, opportunity, and motive, all converging in someone with that specific professional background.
Right. It changes the game from, say, an accidental overdose claim. They have to establish deliberate intent.
Malice, yes. Not just negligence.
Okay, so our mission today, based on these sources you shared, first, let's unpack the alleged method and how the initial deception supposedly played out.
Then second, we need to look at the three main motives police are reportedly investigating: alleged affairs, money issues, and premeditation.
And these seem kind of interwoven, right?
Very likely, yeah. And third, we'll touch on the wider investigation and a really quite moving detail about how the family is remembering Dr. Kritika.
All right, let's start with the alleged crime itself. The location was their home in Marathahalli.
And the method, as we said, allegedly involved Dr. Mahendra injecting propofol. The sources use this phrase, under the guise of treatment.
That's chilling. It speaks directly to exploiting that trust, both marital and professional.
It really does. The preliminary signs, according to the reports, suggest it was a deliberate act. For a surgeon, propofol is a familiar tool. They know how it works, its effects, and crucially,
They potentially have access to it.
exactly, access and the knowledge to use it effectively, or in this alleged case, fatally.
And the guise of treatment part provides the perfect cover, initially at least. A doctor giving his wife an IV drip at home. Well, it wouldn't necessarily raise immediate red flags to someone without medical training.
That's the unique camouflage here. It wouldn't seem out of place in the way it might with a layperson.
But someone did have suspicions. Kritika's sister, Dr. Nikita.
Yes, her input seems crucial from the get-go. She apparently told investigators they were suspicious from day one.
Why specifically?
She mentioned seeing Mahendra giving Kritika what she described as unnecessary medicines and drips, and she emphasized Kritika was otherwise completely healthy.
And Dr. Nikita is also a medical professional, right? So she's looking at this with a trained eye.
That's key. She wasn't just a grieving relative. She likely recognized a clinical inconsistency. Why these potent treatments for someone seemingly well?
That medical background probably gave her and the family the strength to push back against what happened next.
Which was the attempt to block the postmortem, yeah. The sources describe Mahendra staging this intense emotional drama.
Saying he couldn't bear to see her body being cut. It sounds like a calculated move to prevent the truth from coming out.
A way to control the narrative right after death. Leverage grief and custom. But the family, perhaps bolstered by Dr. Nikita's clinical suspicions, insisted.
They demanded the autopsy.
And Dr. Nikita apparently said that's when the truth really started to unfold. Forensic toxicology would likely detect something like propofol very clearly.
Undermining any claim of natural causes almost immediately.
Precisely.
Okay, so the how started to become clearer. That shifted the focus onto the why. The police, under DCP Parashuram, are looking at three main angles here.
That's right. And the DCP was careful to state it's premature to come to any conclusion about the motive. They're exploring 1, an alleged extra-marital affair,
2,
financial disputes, and 3, the possibility of premeditation, which connects back to the specific method used.
These things rarely exist in isolation, do they? Let's talk about the alleged affair first. The family mentioned discovering evidence of an immoral relationship.
Yes, and they expressed how they'd treated Mahendra like their own son, which adds another layer of betrayal to their claims. Discovering infidelity can definitely be a catalyst for major conflict.
Now, connect that to the second point, the financial and sort of control issues.
Right. This wasn't just personal tension. The sources claim Mahendra opposed Kritika's professional plans. Specifically, her idea to open her own small clinic.
And her goal for that clinic was quite specific, wasn't it? It wasn't just a business venture.
No, the sources say she wanted to use it to help poor patients. So his alleged opposition might not just be about finances, but about controlling her independence, her career, even her altruism.
That paints a picture of, well, potentially wanting to keep her constrained.
It could be interpreted that way, yes. If you combine the alleged affair with actively blocking her professional and financial independence, it suggests a dynamic of control that might have felt threatened.
There's another detail mentioned in the sources about their relationship. He allegedly didn't agree to officially register their marriage? Why might that be significant?
Well, in this context, it could suggest a lack of full commitment, perhaps keeping options open, or maybe trying to limit her legal standing or future claims, especially if other factors like an affair or financial disagreements were already in play.
So it adds another layer of potential instability or deliberate ambiguity to their status.
Exactly. It avoids legal finality. And all these elements together, the alleged affair, the control over finances and career, the lack of official registration, they certainly build towards that third police angle. Premeditation. It doesn't sound impulsive.
It's just a pattern, perhaps.
A pattern of control and conflict, yes. So the police are now digging deep into all of this, examining call logs, financial records, analyzing the forensic evidence fully. They need to build that complete timeline, establish the motive definitively, and prove intent.
And the DCP warned, more arrests cannot be ruled out.
Which implies they might be looking at whether anyone else was involved, perhaps in facilitating access to the drug, or maybe even in the planning or cover-up.
Given how central Dr. Mahendra's professional background is to the alleged method, let's clarify his status.
Yes, Victoria Hospital released a statement. They confirmed he is a certified gastrosurgeon. He graduated from RGUHS Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences in the 2023-24 academic year.
Okay, so he had the credentials.
He did. He finished his fellowship in March, apparently, and was working on a contract basis. But they stressed he was formally relieved from his duties on July 2nd, 2025.
And the hospital is distancing itself from the case?
Explicitly so. They confirmed his qualifications, but made it clear his alleged actions are separate from the institution.
It's just, the irony is stark, isn't it? The very skills and trust invested in him by RGUHS and the hospital are what allegedly enabled this crime.
It's the core tragedy here, the alleged misuse of specialized, trusted knowledge.
Before we finish, there's one more piece from the sources we absolutely have to mention. It contrasts so sharply with everything else.
You mean how the family is honoring Dr. Kritika's memory?
Yes. We've talked about the grim clinical details, the alleged motives.
Yeah.
But then there's this act of remembrance.
It's incredibly poignant. The family said they couldn't bear to live in the house where she died, understandably.
So what did they do?
They donated the property to ISECON.
Wow. Why ISECON?
Because, they stated, Kritika always wanted to do good for others. They wanted to honor that spirit, her desire to help people, which, as we discussed, was allegedly something her husband opposed.
So they're turning a place of immense tragedy and alleged betrayal into something positive, something spiritual, reflecting her values.
Exactly. It's a powerful statement, an attempt to reclaim her legacy of wanting to do good from the narrative of the alleged crime. It ensures her desire for altruism endures.
It adds that crucial human element back into a story easily dominated by forensics and legal proceedings.
Definitely.
So this deep dive has really laid bare a case built around the alleged weaponization of expertise, a profound breach of trust. It's a complex mix of alleged personal control, financial disputes, and chilling clinical precision.
The contrast is just immense, and it leaves us with a question, really, for you, the listener, to think about. When the very tools designed to heal, like specialized medical knowledge and substances, become the alleged means for a perfectly disguised crime, what does that reveal about the unique challenges investigators face? How hard is it to distinguish criminal intent from a professional error when the suspect has the exact expertise to stage that perfect deception?
A really difficult question. Something to definitely mull over. Thanks for sharing these sources with us, allowing us to explore this complex intersection of crime and professional knowledge. We'll see you for the next deep dive.